Hello again. My name is Debbie, and I work with my husband Mark to refinish, repurpose, and restore. Today, Mark is going to share with you a couple of projects that he has completed and one that he's just in the planning phase for. Mark is interested in restoring and repurposing other vintage items other than just our house, which is still in the need of a lot of upgrades. But that has been an ongoing story for the last 10 years. What you will see shortly are 3 projects that are vintage items repurposed to enjoy and give a big vintage feel. The first piece you are going to hear about is a 1940s TV that has been upcycled. Our plan is to create a DVD of the house's facelift and play it on this TV. Watch Mr. Repurpose and Restore work his magic.
So this is a TV that we found at an antique store that somebody had repurposed it because of the TV tubes are usually so hard to try to get them to work again. Somebody gutted this unit and had taken the TV tube out of it and made this into a bar, and they put they put all the corks from your wine bottles into a little area behind it. What I did was a friend of mine was up on a weekend with me, and we decided to try to make this back into a TV, and we had sitting in our little library area a DVD player and the base and so on. We ended up taking that apart and making a bracket to hold it as centered as possible in that main screen there. All right, so after we installed that, we had then adjusted it in the cabinet so that we could cut this small opening into the metal shielding here that protects the tube normally, and we were able to get an opening that was inside so we didn't damage the wood at all to create a remote control capable 1940s TV. So I'm going to now attempt to start it. And then we're on video, so now I can go ahead and hit play. And it should be coming up here shortly. Maybe. There we go. It takes a while for it to load. Now, they didn't have color TV in 1940. This is roughly a 1948 TV, but you can see that it actually looks kind of cool. So then we'll sit here with the typical RCA shot, watching the TV in front of the deal. That's the way it happened back in the old days.
Mark got a deal he couldn't pass up on the next project, which is a crank music box. Listen to his story.
I recently bought I guess it's a music box that is operated, kind of uses the same type of keypads as an accordion. This one is a homemade reel that they hand put little wire barbs in it to create the pattern of the music box patterns. And instead of playing the music box notes on a wire, this uses holes in here. But if you can look up close, these paddles, some of them don't have seals on them, so they're not properly sealing. But the way it works is you would crank this and those would open up and you would get, but right now because there's so much leakage, you're not really getting any tone, any note changes because of the lack of too much air coming out of the the holes that don't belong. So this is my next project that I need to work on. So one day we'll get that fixed up and give a demonstration of that one as well. But for now, I don't have time.
You might have seen Mark give a demonstration of the player piano on Instagram, but he will tell you how he bypassed having to pump the player piano like they had to in its heyday in the early 1900s. So Mark doesn't just repair, refinish, and refurbish houses. He also does the same thing on player pianos. So I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about this.
Oh, anyway, so this is originally designed to be a pump player. As you can see, the pump, the vacuum pump mechanism is manual. So if I just start. But if you do a lot of this, it gets very tiring. It's a really good exercise for your legs. So what I ended up doing was taking one of the manifolds out of the inside for the vacuum canisters, and I put electric, basically a vacuum cleaner motor in it, so it would go on the suction side, and then I put in made up a little rheostat switch so I can turn it on, and I can increase so now the vacuum cleaner motor is doing the automatic play. Off and start playing again.
Look, Ma, no hands.
The other thing about this particular piece is there is nobody in the world that can play that piece by themselves, because this is a four-handed sheet music. So it takes four hands to reach all the keys at certain points, and it can't be done by one person unless they got four arms. But anyway, that's it.
I hope you enjoyed Mark telling you about some of the other projects that he's been tackling other than just the house. He really does enjoy fixing things and thinking outside that box, and he really brings a lot of colorful things back from the past. So if you like our content, I hope you will subscribe, or at least hit like, or even give us some comments about things that we could do that meet what you're interested in. Like, do you like old houses? Do you like going shopping for vintage items? Do you like going to resale shops, garage sales, antique shops? Because we hit all of those places to find things for the house. So you might as well come along and join us. So I hope with this in mind that we'll see you in our next video.